These are the Edifier S3000 Mark II, which promises a fuse of a powerful sound with an elegant design. So in this video, we shall find out if that is true after using these speakers for 2 weeks, and I'll tell you what is wrong with these speakers too. Now let's start with the unboxing process. Now firstly, the speakers comes with a huge cardboard box, and my first impressions, this is heavy. There's even a warning at the front that says that this weighs over 15 kilos, so keep that in mind. Now after opening the inner box, you'll immediately see a polystyrene tray housing all of the accessories. In there, you'll find 2 power cables, one for each speaker units, one RCA to RCA cable, an RCA to a 3.5mm cable, a USB Type-B to USB Type-A cable, an optical cable, a remote with AAA batteries included, so thank you very much Edifier, and various paperwork including the quick start guide and warranty as well. Then underneath the tray are the speakers themselves, wrapped nicely in a plastic and a black felt cloth bag. Very premium. Now let's talk about the design of these speakers, because I must say that these speakers scream class. It is made of a thick, dense plastic with beautiful panels of a mahogany-like wood panels at the side. Now both speakers have a mesh filter on the front with the Edifier logo at the bottom. Then behind the mesh filters of the speakers, you will see the tweeter and the driver underneath, and I'll talk about the specs of these speakers later on in this video. Then at the back of the right speaker unit, there is the RCA port at the top right with a USB Type-B port, an optical port, and the coaxial port right at the bottom of that. At the middle are the right and the left XLR ports, and on the left side there are 3 knobs that control the speaker volume, treble and bass. Then at the bottom you'll see the port for the power adapter and the power button. Then in front there is a small LED display at the bottom that displays the current volume and the type of connections that the speakers are currently in. Then as for the left speaker unit, there aren't any ports here except for the power adapter port and the power button at the back. Next, let's talk hardware. Now the speakers have a total output of 256 watts of RMS, which is driven by a dual 175 watt stereo Pure Path Ultra HD Class D TI amplifiers. Then as for the acoustics, it comes with a planar magnetic tweeter with the dimensions of 107 by 107 mm and a 6.5-inch long throw aluminum diaphragm driver. Now before we move on further, let me explain what RMS means in case you did not know. Well, RMS stands for root mean square, which means how much of a speaker or a woofer can continuously output power. So it's basically a way to see or hear how much the speaker can take before the sound is compromised. Then the speaker also comes with a top of the line Texas Instrument and Exmos XU216 digital audio processing, which Edifier says can deliver a studio quality sound reproduction, and we will find out if that is really true later on in this video. Then when it comes to the connection, the speakers support Bluetooth version 5.3 with Qualcomm aptX or aptX HD technology and Hi-Res certification as well. It also supports the processing of a 24-bit 192 kHz digital audio signals for high-resolution audio playback. Then the audio boards in the speakers allow for a frequency range of 38 Hz to 40 kHz. Then the SNR or the signal to noise ratio is also higher at 85 dBA. So SNR for context means that the speaker basically tells you how clear the soundput is. So the higher the SNR, the better or the clearer the music that you're listening to. Then both speaker units are connected to each other to a proprietary 5.8 GHz connection, which offers low latency transmissions of digital signals up to 24-bit 96 kHz. And this allows for a real-time synchronization between the speakers for a more coherent experience. Then finally, the speakers can be connected to the Edifier Connects app for more playback control and EQ customizations. And of course, we'll go into detail of the app later on as well. So how does the speaker sound? So this Edifier S3000 Mark II does exactly what Edifier says on the tin, because this is one powerful beast. Because if I could summarize these speakers with just one word, that would be this: power. Because everything about these speakers just screams power, and the performance when it comes to the audio has been truly amazing. Now as usual, I'll share my complete list of music that I've tested in these speakers at the description below, so check it out to get a better context of the music listening experience. Now overall, the audio output on this is clear, crisp and also very bass heavy without crackling like a muffler. The mids and lows are satisfyingly pronounced, with the mid sounding warm and the lows being punchy, especially when listening to bands, whether or not it's the kick drums or just listening to the low ends of the guitars. Now at no point did I experience any muddy sounding experience with these speakers, because all in all, they offer a truly powerful, amazing and clear experience across the board. So during my test, I connected the speakers mainly to my smartphone and laptop via Bluetooth since it has a very high Bluetooth connectivity. And while I usually prefer wired connection, but it does provide better overall audio experience because the performance via Bluetooth was quite impressive. And connecting the speakers was a very seamless experience, and the Qualcomm aptX HD technology is really doing a marvelous job over here. Then the audio performance also translates really well when watching movies or TV, to a point where I completely forgot about lunch, but that's fine because it's fasting season. Now, the movie's incredible sound design and Hans Zimmer's score never sounded better. Where in my opinion, the only time it sounded better was when I was watching this movie in the cinema when it was first out. And you know what else sounds better? A like and a subscription to this video or the channel. Thank you very much in advance. And here's a sound test using my binaural microphones, and for you to get the best experience, be sure to put on your best headphones or earbuds to get the most of this sound test.
Fear is the mind killer.
My Lord Duke.
Where the fear is gone, only I will remain.
Go, go, go!
So these speakers are also compatible with Edifice's brand new Connex app. Once you connect the speakers to the app, you don't need to use the remote anymore because everything that you do with the remote is also possible with the app. And of course, there's a bit more that you can do as well. So if you always misplace your remote controls often, you pretty much don't have to worry about that. Now, the app not only offers basic controls like pause, play, skip music and volume control, but it also gives access to its EQ controls. You can also customize the speaker's sound profile, whether you want it to the default profile, a vocal focus profile and even a dynamic profile, where the dynamic profile is my personal go-to profile as it does give a much fuller sound experience. And of course, you can create your own custom sound profile by adjusting the frequency sliders on the app. Now, another cool feature of the app is that you can choose which connection that you want to use for the speakers, where you can switch between Bluetooth and other various wired connections by simply selecting them through the app. Now, if you're lost in all of the things mentioned in this video, don't worry because you can find a written recap of this whole review on our website at www.adamlovo.tv. Links will be provided down below. Now, I've spoken about everything good about these speakers, right? So what's wrong with it? Well, while I'm completely satisfied with these speakers, however, I do have two minor complaints. Firstly, I wish that these speakers had a multi-point connection feature where you can connect it to more than one device at a time. So if you have more than one device, if you want to enjoy the speakers like say on your laptop and also on your phone, you'll need to unpair and repair if you're using multiple devices. Secondly, and this might be a little subjective, I personally feel that the speakers are really big and heavy compared to other bookshelf speakers because they absolutely tower over the previously reviewed Edifier MR2 and the Edifier QR65. While I do understand that these are premium speakers compared to those two, but some people may not find this issue because if you're like me who loves to move things around the home or even in the studio often, this might be quite a task to do so. And also keep in mind that because of this size and weight, you'll need to put this on a very sturdy table or shelf. But if you already have a permanent space to put these boys at, or even a dedicated speaker stands, then it won't be a problem at all. So overall, my verdict is that this Edifier S3000 Mark II is truly an impressive set of speakers that will satisfy not just casual music listeners or movie goers, but also a few hardcore music critics and movie buffs as well. Because not only it sounds very good, but it also looks very good too, very classy, like a real statement piece. As for the price, it goes for 2,999 ringgit, which is about 633 USD, and can be purchased through the official Edifier stores on Shopee, Lazada and TikTok, which I'll put all the links down below. And while the price may be a little steep for some, I feel that this is very well justified due to its absolutely powerful performance and classy aesthetics. Now, if you want a speaker which also has a very unique aesthetics, check out my review of the Edifier QR65 speakers over here.